Yep, I get it. Before you even say it, I understand. Oh, fame, but Starfield was overly hyped. Everyone's talking about Starfield. It's not the same. It's not the same. I get it as well. Everyone wants to compare things, right? We got to compare A to B, B to C, D to F, X to Y, because y'all are bored and have nothing else to do. So you want to compare things, right? But some things cannot be compared. Some things are not a fair comparison. No matter how much or how bad you want to compare these things, you cannot compare them. Case in point, hours. I'm talking hours within the reveal of the Spider-Man 2 trailer. People were comparing the views of the Spider-Man trailer within the hour versus Starfield within the hour or within the month. And saying, oh, look, no one cares about Starfield because look how many views Spider-Man has. I want to put things in perspective, okay? First off, if you are flexing or bragging about Spider-Man 2's views on YouTube, or how many views it's gotten in such a long time compared to other games, it's not the flex you think it is. I'm going to repeat that. It is not the flex you think it is. In most cases, if you ask anyone who is the biggest superhero on the planet, who is the most popular superhero on the planet, most people will tell you it is Spider-Man. Spider-Man's name alone, that IP that is owned by Disney, is one of the biggest IPs in the world and the biggest superhero IP. People are going to say, oh, fame, PlayStation owns Spider-Man. No. Disney owns their IP. Sony is allowed to make the game exclusive and then make the movies because of contractual things in the past. But that's not the point. We cannot compare Spider-Man 2 and Starfield. Yes, Starfield gets a lot of hype. Starfield is likely to be one of the biggest games of the year. All right, it is a hyped game. For all intents and purposes, most people believe that this game is going to be a game of the year contender. So yes, a lot of people are talking Starfield. But if you walk onto the street and get 10 people and ask them, you put them side by side, what is this and what is this? One being Spider-Man and one being Starfield. They're going to know who Spider-Man is 9.99999 times out of 10. And gamers would know who Starfield is or what Starfield is, right? It's not a comparison. It's not the flex you think it is. And I get it. You guys want to find a way to poke jabs at each other. You want to make it seem like one is better than the other. In reality, they're both coming out this year. They're both going to be played by millions of people. They're both likely going to be very good games. There is no comparison in between the two. You're seeing YouTube comparisons. You're seeing whose collector's edition is being sold out the fastest. You're seeing which one's being talked about the most on Twitter. That is an unfair comparison. I'm sorry, it is. No matter how hyped Starfield is, no matter how good Bethesda is as a developer, as a publisher, I don't care. This has been their first new IP. I don't know how long. People love Skyrim and looking forward to the Elder Scrolls. I don't care about none of that. Right? It is unfair to compare Spider-Man 2 to Starfield. Right? Now, if you want to talk about, which game you're gonna be playing, you're gonna have fun with, understandable, cool, it makes sense. But you're very simple-minded if you're going and within an hour of time and making comparison videos, making comparison tweets about the two. You're bored. You're bored. I'm sorry. You have nothing else better to do. The problem is, again, these things get traction on Twitter. It get people like me coming on here and making videos about it because it is something. It is a topic because it comes up and down the timeline, right? You can't help but to see it. I think it's an asinine thing to do. Spider-Man, for all intents and purposes, we know when the time comes, it is going to outsell Starfield. That's the next comparison. People are going to be trying to compare sales between Spider-Man 2 and Starfield. And I'm going to tell you right now, you're wasting your time. Spider-Man 2 will outsell Starfield. It is what it is. And Spider-Man is on one platform. Starfield is on two platforms. But you got to understand, the two platforms, which is the Xbox and the PC, there's Game Pass. Right? And a lot of gamers are going to play Starfield on Game Pass, right? Spider-Man 2 It's only going to be on PlayStation, and it's going to be $70, right? And so that is the only way you're playing Spider-Man 2. That is the only way. You got one platform and you're paying $70. So as far as sales goes, Spider-Man is going to massively outsell Starfield. But the problem is, I don't want that to be a comparison, because again, in that, it's not a fair comparison. It's not a fair comparison because people are going to go with the cheaper option. It is what it is. Everyone got to stop acting like they big bank Hank, right? Big bank take little bank. All y'all not balling like y'all act like y'all are, okay? So stop acting like, oh, I paid $70 because, I got it like that. It's $70, bro. Calm down. Calm down. Let me see how many games you about 70 in total day one, right? But calm down, right? Most gamers, even people who got it like that, even people who have it like that, if they subscribe to Game Pass, that's where they'll play the game. And they have it like that, right? So I'm going ahead and shut that down because it's an unfair comparison. But come on, people. We gotta do better. We gotta chill. All right. We have to do better as gamers and realize some things can't be compared. Some things shouldn't be compared. And this is one of them. Is Spider-Man 2 going to be fantastic? Absolutely. Will Starfield be fantastic? Absolutely. But Spider-Man is one of the biggest IPs in the world. It is likely to outsell Starfield, but that's not a knock on Starfield. You lame yourself if you're comparing the two. I'm just putting it out there. I'm gone. Peace.